Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And once again, this is the 1 hour chart. We actually have some price movement to the upside. And a lot of people over on X are now speculating that it's people buying up XRP right before the proper party. All week I kept seeing people say, buy the hype, sell the party. Is that what we're going to see happen? We will have to wait and see. But you know, at least this party will finally put to rest all the speculation. XRP's moonshot moment, Ripple IPO valuation set to skyrocket 20x to $600. Now, everywhere you look on X, people are talking about this IPO. They're like, the second Brad announces that XRP is going to skyrocket $100 plus. Wait till you see, by Sunday, we're going to be sitting well over $50 based on Ripple announcing that IPO. But it's all speculation still. And within the next 24 hours, we are going to know exactly what's going to happen. We will finally have the facts. And that's why I said I never like to hype this up. I never wanted to speculate around it. The chances are 50-50. But however, I do believe Ripple will eventually announce an IPO. Whether it happens at the party or not, we will have to wait and see. Ripple abandons acquisition plans for Fortress Trust. Now, I think Brad's seen problems over there at Fortress Trust. They could have been security issues or something else. And this is what Brad had to say. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of cryptocurrency company Ripple, announced that the company has decided not to proceed with its direct acquisition of Fortress Trust. A few weeks ago, Ripple signed a letter of intent to acquire the company, but has since changed course. Despite this change in plans, Ripple will continue to be an investor in Fortress Trust. Garlinghouse praised the Fortress team for their talent and ability to create products that solve real customer problems. Although the outcome was different than the original plan, Ripple intends to continue supporting Fortress Trust and hopes to collaborate with them in the future. Maybe Brad wants to see if they fix their security issues, see how the company evolves from here. Maybe later down the road, they will acquire Fortress Trust. But again, we'll have to wait and see. SEC charges ex-Goldman Sachs employee with insider trading. Now, I don't know about you, but this seems way too coincidental for me. Just yesterday, Tom Emmers accusing Gary Gensler of working for the big banks and not the American people. The very next day, an ex-Goldman Sachs employee gets charged with insider trading. So the SEC filed criminal charges against a former Goldman Sachs and Blackstone employee. The charges are for allegedly passing insider tips to friends who profited from illegal securities trading. The U.S. Justice Department and SEC accused 26-year-old Anthony Vigiano of securities fraud through a tipping scheme that generated over $400,000 in illicit gains. And apparently he did this over Xbox chat. So what do you think? Coincidental or not? Put it in the comments section down below. USA government shutdown could lead to widespread XRP use as feds fly blind. R&T up over 2,300%. As the United States stands on the precipice of its 22nd government shutdown in recent history, a complex web of political dynamics is unfolding. This looming political impasse threatens to disrupt essential government functions, from immigration enforcement to national parks and food subsidies for low-income families. While the shutdown drama unfolds, unexpected consequences are ripping through the digital assets market, particularly for Ripple's XRP and the Rencom network's native token RNT. Now, we know RNT just moved over to the XRP ledger. So I'm just going to tell you the conclusion to all of this. The government shutdown multifaceted impact extends to the digital asset space, where Ripple's innovations and Rencom Network's strategic moves intersect with broader economic and political developments. As events continue to unfold, they shape not only the future of the United States, but also the evolving landscape of digital currencies and financial systems globally. I think the government shutdown is going to push the prices of crypto higher, not just XRP, but crypto in general. Bitcoin price versus banking unrest. So, in the context of the U.S. government shutdown concerns, the Bitcoin price showed some signs of uptrend. According to analysts quoted by Bloomberg, the price rise could be a sign of uncertainty around unrest in the U.S. banking sector. I think the government shutdown's going to push more people away from the traditional banks, pushed them into crypto. And I think crypto's going to rise because of this, because right now there's so much uncertainty in the traditional banking system already. And again, this leads to the fall timeline. So just in, economic collapse, biggest banks warn about the unprecedented financial chaos ahead. Remember, things have to get worse before the new blockchain-backed financial system can take off. But one thing I want to point out, they're talking about the fourth quarter. You wouldn't believe the amount of risk U.S. banks are facing right now. Some of the biggest banks in America are warning about unprecedented financial chaos in the final months of 2023. A new note released by Morgan Stanley points to trouble in equities markets as economic growth disappoints and consumer spending hits a wall. Morgan Stanley's Mitchell Wilson revealed a long list of reasons why he thinks the S&P 500 will face a double-digit crash this year as well. He warned earlier this month that the possibility of an economic contraction remains high as the Federal Reserve continues to tighten credit conditions. Meanwhile, weaker than expected corporate earnings will deteriorate economic activity even more this fall. J.P. Morgan Chase and Company predicted this week, with analysts seeing a major profit recession in the fourth quarter. So as the banks continue falling apart, more money's going to flow into crypto. Like I said, the fall timeline still looks like it's intact. And I think with all this chaos, that's exactly why this top banker says XRP cannot remain cheap long term and retail investors will be priced out. In a recent tweet, Shannon Thorpe, a treasury management expert at a prominent global bank, expressed a compelling perspective of the future of XRP, asserting that the digital asset cannot remain cheap in the long term. With a clear understanding that price predictions are uncertain, Thorpe emphasized the belief shared by many that XRP's value will inevitably rise. It's definitely going to rise at some moment. But she's talking about retail getting priced out very fast. And I think she's right on track, because I've been showing you how real-world events are coinciding with crypto, playing a factor with crypto. And everything is pushing towards this fall. I think we're going to see more bank consolidations happen as well. I don't think that's over yet. Like, a lot of people are now starting to trust the bank again. They're starting to put a little bit of money in the bank again. Then all of a sudden, another bank collapses. JP Morgan or somebody else swallows that bank up. And that's part of the whole plan for the new financial system, because it's easier to get a handful of banks tied to a CBDC than it is to get thousands of banks tied to a CBDC. That's why I always looked at it in that way. And even this plays a factor as well. BRICS break free. 123 billion U.S. Treasury dump sends shockwaves, and a conglomerate turns to Bitcoin. So even with the BRICS dumping the U.S. Treasuries, people are going over to Bitcoin because they know the U.S. dollar is going to continue to fall in value. The same way I showed you in that video yesterday, how that senator's talking about even politicians are taking bribes and gold bars because they know the value will hold up over time. Whereas the U.S. dollar in value, that could start plummeting at any moment. And I also think that's going to start to happen this fall as well. Plus, we got ISO, and I can't stress that enough to people. You know, anybody that you run into, you got to talk to them about CBDCs and ISO. Get them invested in the crypto before it's too late, because this is everybody's last chance, in my opinion. Cryptocurrencies like XRP and XLM and XDC, once they take off, they're going to price everybody out so fast, people are going to be shocked by it. The name XRP is going to be all over the mainstream media news at some point. It's just a matter of time. It's going to take the #1 spot away from Bitcoin. And once everybody knows what XRP is, it's going to be far too late. XRP Ledger-based app Spend a Bits wins Ripple CBDC innovative competition back-to-back. They won back in 2022, and now they won again in 2023. So she mentioned that Spend a Bit's XRP Ledger-based solution was tailored to address the unique needs of financial entities. In particular, the platform offers MSPs a seamless means of sending cross-border payments and managing corresponding ledgers. It also provides them with additional features to enhance their operations. Recall that Spend a Bits won Ripple's 2022 CBDC Innovate competition. As the Crypto Basic reported, interestingly, the XRP community had already predicted the project emerging among the 2023 edition winners at least 2 months away. Notably, Spend a Bits confirmed its victory in a recent post on the X platform. The XRP ledger is also expanding out at a very alarming rate, and I think it's going to really start to pick up and expand out now because they made it so much easier for developers and projects to come over from Ethereum as well. And we're going to see more and more projects jump ship from Ethereum. That's just going to happen because the fees over there are ridiculous. But there's so many better networks out there today. But this is our moment. You know, this is the time you want to continue buying up XRP while it's still very undervalued, very underrated by most people. There's a lot of XRP haters all over X. They have to FUD on this cryptocurrency on a daily basis. A lot of that FUD comes from Bitcoin maxis. But some of the smartest Bitcoin maxis are now also starting to buy up XRP. They're starting to realize the direction we're going in, and we're going towards utility, and as that continues to happen, we are slowly going to leave Bitcoin behind. Bitcoin's not going to die off, it's just not going to be what it is today, and that's changing very fast, and most people can recognize it happening. Other people, they're still banking on BlackRock sending Bitcoin to $1 million at some point. But again, Bitcoin maxis will do what Bitcoin maxis do. You got to stay vigilant as an XRP investor. This way you can cross that finish line, and I think it's coming quicker than we think. But until then, we got to stay strong and stay patient. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.